Big play Shay. There's nothing like Shannon Sharpe. I call him the greatest teammate that I've ever had because not only was he a competitive guy on game day, but he was so interested in making sure that his teammates were ready to go, putting in extra work before or after practice with you if you wanted it. And everything about him says that he was a big-time play.
Battled with Shannon Sharpe plenty of times. He threatened to burn down my reptile store. When this plane gets back to Denver, I'm going to your store and I'm burning it down. So the award for the most creative smack talking, anybody who knows Shannon, he's going to be creative with the smack talking. But that was far and beyond the most creative smack talking I've ever received personally. I mean, my teammates were laughing in the huddle. Man, he's going to burn your store down. I had to call my manager. Hey, man, you want to hang late tonight when the Broncos get home? Make sure Shannon doesn't come to my store.
He was a piece of work. And I used to tell guys all the time, because Shannon's one of those guys that would start a fire with the guy that you're playing, and then you have to put it out. It used to drive me bananas. Like, hey, if you want to talk smack, talk it to the guy you're playing against, not to the guy that I'm playing against.
One of the smartest players I've ever been around. I played with Shannon Sharpe for 2 years here in Denver, and I learned so much from Shannon. But on the field, one of the best competitors you can have on your team. Would do anything to win a football game.
I think with Shannon, people tend to think about the histrionics and picking up the phone and calling the National Guard because we're killing the Patriots, but I don't think that's fair to Shannon. I know that Shannon knows that part of what makes Shannon Sharpe was the big mouth and the opinions. It's why he's doing what he's doing right now on television. But at his core, the reason why he was able to build off of all that personality was because he was a heck of a player.
And became a great all-around player and a team leader when he had always been a great player, but he became the complete package.
He was a game changer at the position because he could run routes like a wide receiver. He was a mismatch every time he stepped onto the field.
I think one of the biggest plays that in Bronco history really was an AFC Championship game against the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh, where the Broncos have the lead and need a first down just to kill the clock to make sure the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't get another opportunity with the football. And it's a third down. I think it's probably about a 3rd down and 6 or 3rd down and 7. And Elway's like calling plays, and Sharpe was like, "What do you want me to do?" And Elway just said, "Just get open. Like I'm coming to you with the football. Just find a way. I don't care what you run. Just find a way to get open." And Sharpe gets open beyond the sticks, and Elway completes it to him. And the rest is history. We're going to the Super Bowl and winning the Broncos' first Super Bowl championship in Super Bowl 32 against the Green Bay Packers.
He showed up in big games. His legacy for me will be he's a walking mismatch, and the fact in big games you knew you could count on him.
I just learned so much from him. My year with him in Baltimore, and just how he went about his business, learning how to be a pro. And you talk about a guy that could do a little bit of everything. Underrated as a blocker, but man, you talk about in the passing game, you're trying to find that Shannon Sharpe these days, a guy that can get down the field, stretch the field, match up problems for linebackers and safeties. Too big for safeties, too fast for linebackers, but just a great teammate and obviously a great player.